Warning: this program contains strong language, auditory violence, and mental nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to your uncensored home for World of Warcraft news and opinions. With your host, Berserker, this is Unshackled Fury.
The showdown at Dreams Hope Corral is going down as the next stage for Warcraft is already getting set up with more surprises just waiting around every turn. So welcome back to your uncensored home for World of Warcraft news and opinions, Unshackled Fury. I'm your host, Berserker. This is episode 137. And on today's show, we have another special guest returning once again to help destroy and conquer all that stands in the podcast landscape. He is the Vesemir to my Geralt. He is Navox. Welcome back again, sir.
Hey, Berserker. Thank you for having me back, man. It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Long time. Yeah.
Been wandering out in the Dragon Isles wilderness.
Oh my God. I cannot get enough of Dragon Isles still. Like, this is the best expansion they have put out, hands down, in a long time. Long time. Yeah.
Yeah, you've enjoyed this one quite a bit. Quite a turnaround from the heyday of the Shadowlands.
Oh, fuck. Shadowlands. Oh my God. Oh, I just gotta. Well, the Shadowlands, it was maw, and more maw. And it's like, come on. I couldn't deal with all the death and stuff going on. It's just, it was depressing me. It was boring. I didn't like the play. It was just the whole atmosphere. But you know what? We're past that. They have put in such a real gift to the game with the Dragon Isles in Dragonflight. It's a lot of fun, and I just I jumped into it, and I haven't stopped. Like, I've been doing all of Mythic Plus, doing all the dungeons, doing all the quests. Hell, I'm doing lore now. It's like it's stuff that I'm interested in. It's.
Are you reading quest text?
I'm reading quest text.
Holy shit!
Yep,
boy.
Yeah. There's some stuff I'm still kind of like, why are some things this way? But I'll figure it out, or have some discussions here and there with other people. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Having fun in the game again. That's what it's about.
That is what it's about, right? I mean, there's 50 million different ways to play this game, and there's got to be some fun somewhere, even if it's just, I don't know, pet battles.
Yeah.
Some shit. Well, in honor of you, dear sir, our honored guest, a very special metal album of the week that, when I think of Navox, there's one band above all that comes to mind. A band from the heady days of the Sunset Strip and long ago, when cars were fast and drugs were free and the hair was long and the glam makeup was running wild. So for this week, celebrating an anniversary here, a few months ago, the album Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue, one of the all-time greatest hard rock and heavy metal albums from 1989. We gotta go back a bit for that one, but title track Dr. Feelgood, Kickstart My Heart. I mean, those two alone could carry you through an arena anthem tour forever. And I've seen Vince Neil, and he's trying, and they kind of are, but they're just. Even to this day, like, I don't care what kind of day you're having, you throw on Kickstart My Heart and you're going to run through a fucking brick wall.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's so iconic. I mean, the song's iconic in its own way. I mean, it's featured in almost I mean, for example, I know. Oh, who watches this anymore? But like in The Office, even Dwight, when he's like getting ready to go in and make a sales, he pops that on and he's like getting crazy. And Jim's like, "Are you still doing this?" And they're like, "Jim, please." And it's like, but yeah, it was yeah, man, that's such a good album. Shit, I'm gonna go listen to that after this. Run some keys.
That is some good
God.
rampaging through dungeons and
Heck yeah.
PvP and like that. It just gets you fired up.
Heck yeah.
And I could think of no better album to drop this week than that one. So wherever you get your music, I guarantee this one's available. It is a classic. It's been around. Produced by Bob Rock. And that is sort of a stamp of approval in the music industry alone, having that man touch your fine work. So, Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue. Check it out. Now, we got two warriors on the podcast today. And not just any two, but the biggest, the baddest, and the most furious two that you could ask for. So we have to have a Let's Rage segment. So what do you say we get into it? Let's Rage. So first, I want to wish you a happy 19th anniversary. Happy 19th World of Warcraft anniversary.
That's right. Happy 19th Warcraft anniversary.
Wow. I might have misspoken on the last episode with Just Corden. The actual anniversary date is the 23rd of November. I think I got ahead of myself, and I meant to say we were celebrating the anniversary, that not the anniversary had actually happened yet. Like that day, that week was when we were starting the whole anniversary thing. So if you didn't know, it is the 19th anniversary of World of Warcraft's launch all the way back in 2004, which we're getting there. And if you haven't logged in the game yet, you should, because there's some pretty cool stuff going on. All the usual anniversary things down in the Caverns of Time. I went down there and spent like a good hour just watching all the old videos, and they don't just do the cinematics anymore. They actually do some of the in-game videos now too, and all that kind of stuff. You can get a new mount, which is a recolor of an old one that they did a few years ago. This is the Azure World Chiller, which is a great looking mount, and all you got to do is kill the Doomwalker that's standing right outside the Caverns of Time, and don't solo it. That'd be my suggestion. I thought it was one of those, and I went to go get him, and I thank God somebody else jumped in, because I think I had about 1 HP left when that jumped in. But while you're down there in the Caverns of Time, they have a bunch of quests for you. Go do this thing. Go kill the originals, right? Go kill Lord Kazakh and go get a Dragon of Nightmare somewhere. But my favorite is Korak's Revenge, to go back and do basically an old school Alterac Valley, which is still my favorite battleground. It's unlike any other, and it's my one sort of PvP battleground run I do a year. That's it. But it's been around. It's one of the OGs, right? You and I'm sure between the two of us, we've run it a billion times and spent countless total days, weeks, months of time in there.
Oh, yeah. Entire Saturdays, even.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I get in there. Alliance, right? Waiting behind the pen. And countdown starting. And I see a bunch of people in the chat going, "What is this place?
Oh, my God.
What do we do here? What is Alterac Valley? Nav, the kids don't know what Alterac Valley is anymore."
Oh.
Have we really gotten that old?
Yeah. And I imagine that probably went as well as I could only imagine, where everybody got pushed back to the aid station or the North Bunker, and you guys just turtled the rest of the fight.
Fighting on the bridge, baby.
That's how I imagine that happened. Yeah. I had some good times in there. And also had some bad times in there. And I think at at one point, the Horde Alliance just decided, you know what? Just the strat was just to bum rush the other side. That was it. You could, methodically go down and take the graveyards and the towers and things like that. And everybody on the map's a pro at this point, except, the new people, and people are shouting, get towers, and the new people don't know what that means.
Go to the end. Just run all the way to the end. Don't fight.
Go to the end.
Don't fight in the roads. Keep going.
That's it. And then right at the end, when you're going to pull last guy, you just keep throwing bodies at it. That's all it was. And it was like, but yeah.
I could not. I mean, we have failed the children, frankly. That all these years later, they have forgotten their roots. They have forgotten Alterac Valley. They have forgotten the wars and the days, months, years that we have spent fighting in that beloved, blessed place. And now they don't know what it is. And so we stand there and they go, what do you do? And they're like, run to the end. Don't do anything else. Just run to the fucking end. Just get that last graveyard all the way at the end, the Frostwolf Relief Hut or whatever the fuck it is. Get that thing and then get those towers. And then, when we're all there, bum rush the shit out of the dude and try to get him. And we were getting crushed on this one. And I'm like, here we go. We're fighting on the bridge. I'm escaping back through that backside, trying to, go through that valley there, trying to get back to the other side, and we're getting smoked. And somehow, some way, right at the end, we did win. And
awesome.
I still don't know how that's possible.
That's really cool.
But man, children, you got to learn your history. You got to learn your history. Alterac Valley, very important place in the lore of World of Warcraft and just playing. But
yeah,
I was like, how do you not know what this is? Like,
well, Warcraft's been getting too soft over the years. Tongue in cheek right there.
Putting the war back at Warcraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. All right. Well, hopefully the children will learn. And if you haven't gotten a chance, get your asses in there. Go do some Alterac Valley. Go have some fun. And now, since you're here and we haven't heard from you in a minute, let's jump into some news and hear Nav's thoughts on BlizzCon 2023. Every time I think I'm going to change that thing, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to change that sound effect.
No, it's
I've done these things for so long now. I'm like, I wonder what happens if I change. Like, will anybody even care?
No, well, I think people would care because you're expecting the sounder to, come in at that point. It's like, I guess so. I still have the old Air Raid sounder from when you originally had the show with the start of the show. So I'm like,
that was a decent one.
Yeah,
that one worked out all right. So BlizzCon 2023. I think this I said the episode with Jez, which, by the way, if you haven't listened to the bonus BlizzCon episode that I did with Jez Corden, we just did one, and that's why it's there. We just were like, fuck it, let's just talk, let's just do one. So that was why that was kind of just a bonus episode. So it's out there. If you haven't listened to it, go download it, go listen to it. We talked for like an hour 45 minutes about all things Blizzard and Microsoft and BlizzCon and this and that. And the other person that I thought of most often was you, Navok, because for years you were the one screaming about Xbox and World of Warcraft and put the shit on Game Pass, and like you have been the evangelist when it comes to all of this. And so going into BlizzCon for this year, what were your expectations?
So I had some big expectations for something along the lines of Xbox, but I kind of knew that Phil Spencer was there. I knew that, Mike Barr, I think we had a conversation prior of like just our guesses of what's going on. And I'm like, Mike Barr is going to come out and then introduce Phil Spencer, and Phil Spencer's going to talk. And then people are like, oh, I don't think Phil Spencer's going to be there. And then there he is on stage, which is really cool. And that man, I mean, for what it's worth, I feel like he saved Xbox, the whole thing. He started as an intern with Microsoft. a long, I forget what year it was, but he was involved with like Microsoft and Carta, some software and things like that.
Jesus.
And then he got transferred over to Microsoft Games, and we're not going to do a whole history here of this, but basically, I think what happened with him and how he took over Microsoft Studios was everybody was jumping ship because they didn't know what was happening with this, with Xbox, and if this was even going to be a successful platform and things like that. I remember going to Target to pick up the original Xbox just because I wanted to play Halo and things like that. And so I've been an Xbox fanboy for quite some time.
Yeah.
And still to this day, I have the new Xbox Series X. I bought 2 televisions because they have the Xbox app on them. I don't even have to have an Xbox anymore to play Xbox games. It's all through the cloud. It's amazing. It's awesome. And so my expectation for this was I thought for one, they were going to announce that, hey, guess what? Diablo's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
You know how they always like how they hyped up Warcraft Rumble, and then and then we could play that ahead of when they even announced it. They're like, hey, I think they tweeted out. They're like, hey, you can go play right now.
Dropped it a day early.
But I was hoping that we were going to get Diablo. I was hoping we were going to get some sort of an announcement of something that Blizzard was creating for Game Pass or Xbox or something like that. And I'm sure that's going to come down the road.
Yeah.
I'm sure, we're going to get something. There were talk of a survival game coming in 2027 or something like that. So maybe that'll be Xbox. But I was really excited to see everything, and I was really hoping that we were going to see something for StarCraft too, because before BlizzCon started, the outline of everything was blue, and I'm like, oh, well, Warcraft, well, we're gonna get something for Warcraft, but everything's blue, and I'm like, maybe they're gonna end it with StarCraft. Maybe
I love how we read the tea leaves of like,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Could this be a sign? Could this be a signal of something? I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I was pleasantly surprised with it. I was really, really happy to see it, and I think Blizzard is just going to thrive really well in the same sandbox. And I thought it was funny because you mentioned the previous episode with Jez. I cracked up when he's like, oh, thank God the acquisition's over. I could stop writing about it. I was like, that was funny. I was like, that was pretty good. I
mean, that was a hell of a slog, but
yeah,
I don't know. I said from the very beginning, I was confident that it was going to happen.
Oh, it was going to happen. And everybody go, oh, they got blocked in the EU, and everybody's cheering, and PlayStation people are like, oh, we're going to lose Call of Duty. And Phil Spencer's like, you're not going to lose Call of Duty. He's like, we're not doing this. We're not going to do this console thing. We're not going to do, if you play on PlayStation, play on PlayStation. If you want to play on the Xbox, play on the Xbox.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose the game.
Yeah.
It's like, he's all about games. He's all about, and that whole era of, well, if you don't buy this product, then you're going to miss out. Sure, there's going to be some exclusives for both consoles, but for the most part, everything that has existed in Activision you'll still be able to play Tony Hawk Pro Skater on both things, things like that. So anyway.
Yeah. I know when I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, Phil Spencer's coming out. I'm like, oh, Nav's somewhere. I can feel his body vibrating from here. Like, oh, shit. Here we go. And then, did mention StarCraft. We did not get anything out of that, but I mean, at least there was something. And then, I think we all collectively kind of knew, Metzen's back. Warcraft is going to be a big thing. But they'll have other announcements before. So before we get to all the Warcraft goodness, was there any of the actual other announcements that caught your eye or you thought were cool, or was it all just like, let's just get this shit over with and get to the real star of the show?
Unfortunately, the way I am and the way I have been with Warcraft is I was with, let's just get, I'm happy that listen, all the other stuff that they announced, I'm happy that there's an audience that was happy about the news that they gave for that. Let's just say that. I just didn't care about it. I wanted to get to Warcraft. I wanted to see everything about Warcraft. So that's, the main thing at the time. But, the Blizzard Activision thing was, having Phil Spencer there come out and talk about it. That was really cool. And I'm glad that, we'll see more of that stuff, and I can't wait to see what will actually be provided for us on Game Pass and Xbox and things like that, as going forward. But no, there wasn't really anything. I Overwatch, not really into Overwatch.
Yeah.
Rumble was fun, but that wasn't an announcement. That was we knew about that.
You playing it much?
So I started out strong playing it. I'm like, this is really fun. I don't play games on my phone, and I actually installed it, played it. I had a little bit of fun. Admittedly, I'm not playing it as much as I did initially when they first. I'm like, this is cool. It's easy. If you want an easy game to get into, you could absolutely get into it. It's not difficult in any way, shape, or form. And I know that there's some people that are just like, I'm grinding this out. I formed a guild. I'm doing this. I'm watching people on Twitch play it. I'm like, I'm not going to get that invested into it because, it's just not my cup of tea, I think, but it's a cool game. It's a cool game. And I have a buddy at work who gets really, really excited about all this stuff. And he's like, you know what? Warcraft Rumble is one of the best mobile games. He's like, Diablo sucked. He just told me flat out. He's like, Diablo just sucked Immortal compared to Warcraft Rumble. He's like, Warcraft Rumble's awesome. So I was like, okay, cool.
So you've been around the scene longer than I have, and so I know, and I've already told a bunch of my side of the whole Metzen side, seeing him, knowing he's there, this and that. But for you, how was that experience? Like, Holly Longdale's up there, they're talking about Classic and Season of Discovery and whatever they're doing, and like, and then here comes, she brings him out. Yeah, says Chris Metzen, and then here he is.
Yep.
In live and what was that like for you? What were you thinking about? What were you feeling? Like, how was it to see him again at a BlizzCon?
It was exciting because that's the guy who came up with all the stories that we he put the lore and stuff into Warcraft for us. He's the head guy for all that kind of stuff. He's the Stan. I want to say he's the Stan Lee for this stuff. So it's like he's the guy to go to for all the story and what we liked about the lore and things like that back in the day. And now he's here. I would have liked to have seen. It was fun. It was nice to have him introduce the new expansion and things like that. I would have liked to have seen. I think I would have liked to have seen more of him. I'm not complaining. I was glad he was there, but I would have liked to have seen more of him around the show, or maybe in some more Q&A. I know they took the Q&A questions and they were really quick to get back to it that weekend or the Saturday and stuff like that. It was published, but I missed the live. I missed the live Q&A back and forth.
Yes.
Where fans get to fanboy and fangirl out with their, the guy there. It's like, so, but yeah, that was a fun thing to watch back in the day.
Well,
and I missed that.
And that was one of the big things, right? Is taking away the panels and the live Q&A and stuff. Like Metzen was always a part of a lot of that stuff, especially when they talked about lore and different things. And you had an opportunity to, as just a regular ass player, not a media person, not a streamer, not some highfalutin somebody, just as like a regular everyday person, you could be like, hey Chris Metzen, I have this question for you.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Like, that I think we do miss that. But so he comes out, hypes everybody up, right? Does his whole Horde, where you at? Alliance, where you at? And he's and he starts talking about all the stuff they're doing, and we're throwing stuff into a pot and a storyline emerges, and and then epic. How epic? Real epic. Like I always go back. That shit was so funny.
Yes, it was.
Nobody commands a stage like that guy, my God. And then he says, not gonna just tell us about the next one, but the next 3 expansions.
Yeah.
The World Soul Saga. What'd you think about that?
Heck yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I was really excited. I immediately thought this is awesome. We're getting our Infinity Gauntlet storyline in here. Like I think a lot of people came to the same conclusion. That's what we're going to get.
Yeah.
But it's and he said we're going to finish this story so that your grandkids aren't going to have to keep playing along the same. So we'll have an answer to he'll wrap things up basically with this saga. So that's really cool because immediately I think when are all these heroes that I can think of are gonna? When are they coming back? Like we got Illidan, we haven't seen Jaina. Bane hasn't been in. Well, hold on. Bane's been in O'Haran Plains. I think we've been questing with him. I could be wrong, but a lot of these big names we just haven't seen, in a while. So, but yeah, I'm sure the big baddie that we come up against will, and somebody will rip open portals and all these people will come through and it'll be one big crazy battle that we with
somebody's holding Mjolnir and
it'll be in Alteric Valley. And that's where it'll take place.
Perfect. So makes the big announcement, World Soul Saga, and we've got The War Within, Midnight, and The Last Titan. So those are the three that are going to round out whatever this story is. Now, I wanted to ask you about this because I've seen some chatter about people not really liking the name The War Within. Are you vibing with that name? Do you care? Is it good, bad, and different?
So I don't care. I like, there's a reason why they call these expansions what they're calling them. And I mean, we're starting with The War Within, and they gave us that cinematic, and it's like they launched right into it. It's like we're dealing with Thrall, we're dealing with Anduin. I have nothing new to add to this conversation. Everybody else has said the same thing. It's what Anduin's dealt with from the Shadowlands. God, I hate that expansion. But yeah, I'm good with it. I don't know why, I guess the older I get, the less I have to complain about for something that I enjoy doing when they're just giving us content. They could just give us nothing.
Which we've had.
We've had that, but now they're pushing this stuff out quicker.
Yeah.
The cinematic team, I think I'm getting tired of saying they knocked it out of the park because this is insane. If you look at this stuff, I would love a full featured movie with it. Just give us an hour-long something with this because it's what they've done with it is amazing. I like that Thrall's molding into Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't like a green Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you look at the face, I'm like,
yeah,
Thrall's morphing into Arnold here, and it's crazy, but
going around talking about the environment and
yeah.
We have to save the planet.
Riding his bike,
riding his bike down to Silithus, and yeah, we have to deal with the sword. God. Yeah,
but I'm okay with the name, man. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I think people don't have anything to complain about, and maybe they're picking up on some. I don't know.
It feels, maybe it's because it's the kind of the way of the title, but it feels very like Lord of the Rings to me, like the War Within, right? Like that sounds like it should be like a sub chapter of something somewhere. It's got that kind of like epic feel to it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Again, always, I'm sure, very Metzen. Like, I don't know. We'll pin all the cool shit on him, and who knows how much is actually his responsibility. It's like, that was a Metzen thing because it was cool. Let's shortchange all the other ones. Risky or smart to peel back the curtain and tell us about the next three? Do you think it's a good move, or do you think that like, that maybe they've done themselves a disservice way in advance?
I think it's because everybody else has been, when I say everybody else, I think it's because you watch what Disney does with their storylines, what, they're saying, hey, look, with this movie, with the next, with this movie, and here's what's coming out in the next, our next saga, our next chapter, we're going to get all these movies in. I think that's what they're doing with this one. And it's, when you tell people ahead of time, hey, look, this is what to expect. I like it. I like being able to guess what's coming and having things to look forward to rather than what do you think the new expansion is going to be? Well, we know what it is. That's it. No more guessing. We can just spend our time having fun in the, what they're giving us, and they're spitting this content out fast. God. And the fact that they said that, okay, so this Amir Drasil raid is our last raid, which means I bet you we're going to see something. And we're getting this 10.2.5 real quick. We're going to get into that. I know that I don't want to keep jumping ahead, but they're pushing this content out really quickly. Yeah. So, I think it's smart that they announced all three because now we get to see when they push this stuff out, when they go, hey, look, you've got three things. And then when we go look in the past, they're like, well, we released this in, 2024. And then we released these things along this year and then the next
Mm-hmm.
year, and it's just yeah, I'm happy
Bonkers.
with it. Yeah,
I mean, the pace
think
is
it's
just bonkers. I mean, we've all talked about
Yeah.
it. It's just, again, you've been around. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen every incarnation of this story up to this point. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Have you ever seen it like this?
No.
Do we have anything to
No.
compare it to?
No, like I said, the only thing I could compare it to was, but we didn't know about it back in the day, was when Marvel released the original Infinity Gauntlet storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to expect with that, and then it spun off into multiple comic books after the Infinity Gauntlet series. It went off to X-Men. It went over, it
Wow.
crossed over different comic books and things like that. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's the only thing I could think of. But if you can compare it to, I guess, well, you can't, I would say like Lord of the Rings, and then we went back to The Hobbit. I mean, but that's going backwards. We're trying to go forward. So I'm trying to, yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head right now. What else I could compare it to? How about
Yeah.
you?
It's so epic for us, right?
It really is.
The pace that they're hitting, they're going to continue to hit.
Yeah.
They claim, we game it out, right? We're thinking maybe 18 months a piece.
Absolutely.
So, what's that? That's going to be, sometime. They said fall 24, which technically that could be December, but
Yeah.
let's say we're doing it around the next BlizzCon, right? And then that puts us, what, 26
Yeah.
for midnight, or maybe first half of 26, and then maybe late 27.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's
then
bonkers.
and also, I mean, if you think about it, World of Warcraft the engine hasn't changed at all. We're still dealing with the
Mhm.
same game engine.
Yeah.
So if something happens where what they're doing with Classic and things like that, something I can think about is the game that we have right now, what we know as World of Warcraft. This could potentially be, the end of this particular engine, and then at the end of the story, maybe spin us into a new, engine altogether. Where people, if you've looked at other games, you try to compare it with World of Warcraft. Warcraft has a certain feel, a certain art style, a
Mhm.
certain thing that makes it World of Warcraft. But when you look at what some of these people do with, some of these other engines, and they try to, put Gilneas or Stormwind or something into these other engines, you're like,
Mhm.
wow, I wish my game kind of looked like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like, who knows? Maybe they're spinning up something new for us in the Warcraft universe. So
They're sure hyping the shit out of whatever. I mean, clearly they have to have a plan, right? They know Last Titan, whatever that is, and then they have to have some semblance of knowledge of what
absolutely
comes next. So to kind of wrap up the BlizzCon part of this, were you surprised? No survival game, no StarCraft, no Heroes of the Storm, no like other big announcements. Were you surprised that they kept a lid on all that stuff?
Yeah, I actually was surprised because Warcraft. There was a lot to talk about with Warcraft.
Yeah.
Overwatch is what Overwatch is. To me, it's a shooter. I'm sure a lot of people were excited that they're going to they got a new character, and then they're going to build in.
Looks
some more
cool. I mean, it's basically like Maui,
Yeah, I was gonna say Maui with machine guns. So,
Yeah.
Machine Gun Maui.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was just trying to think of some other things that I was genuinely surprised about not hearing. They went into Diablo some. I wasn't really interested in. Again, I'm still waiting to play Diablo. I haven't played the new Diablo, so I know a lot of people grind it out. I know a lot of people on our raid group grind it out constantly, but Diablo's always been a one playthrough thing for me. So I was like, that's when I'll wait for Game Pass. And when
you
it
know
comes
what?
out, I'll play.
That's probably smart, because I know I definitely paid like full retail for that, and I played through the campaign, and then I haven't touched it since. So I have not gotten my money's worth. But I will say, it might have been worth it alone just to get to the end and see the final, like, fully rendered cinematic. The full beautiful one. It was like 8.5 minutes long. or like 9 minutes long. It's
Wow.
like a short film, and it is fucking awesome.
Well, see that's probably going to be a seasonal game for me. Like if things go as planned, and if it does make it to Game Pass, I'm hoping by Halloween time next year I'll pick it up and play it through.
There you go.
It's like I have seasonal movies, I have seasonal video games. When it comes to October, I play Witcher and some other games. I'll go back and visit Witcher, so maybe I'll pick up Diablo and play it during that time. So
There it is. There it is. So switching gears to the War Within itself. Just first pass, first blush on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being and 10 being how are we feeling about the War Within, just based on what we've seen so far as a whole? 1 through 10, what are we feeling?
right off the bat, I'm feeling an 8, and I'm going to tell you why.
Awesome.
I like to leave a little room.
Yeah.
I like to leave a little headroom to be surprised.
Yeah.
But also, I don't like the effing bugs. I don't like them at all. When that sword came down in Silithus, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's really an eyesore, but I'm really happy the bugs are gone. So, we'll see. We'll see. I just, every time there's bugs, it drives me nuts. I live in Florida. I got enough bugs down here to deal with. It's like,
Well, what was funny was, when they showed that Anduin cinematic, and while I'm, melting into a puddle over there on the floor, when they showed the sword, I thought of two things. One was the guy that was yelling at Metzen, and Metzen was correcting him about where the sword was, being in Silithus, knowing that moments away from like showing this thing and shutting this guy up. But two, I was like, there it is, Nav. Like you more than anybody I know has been screaming about, what about the goddamn sword? What are you guys doing about the fucking sword? Do something about the sword. I mean, for years we've been screaming about this, and it's like, what are we doing about this sword? And
it's such a piece of trash. It's like litter. It's just there.
I mean,
It's
we
like-
depowered the thing. We gave up
Yep.
our artifact power. Now it's just sitting there like the ugly dead stick sticking out of the
Yep.
world. And I was, man, when I saw that, I was like, God, Nava's got to be so fucking happy, because now we got an
Yep.
expansion where we're finally going to deal with this
Oh yeah.
freaking thing. And
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I guess somebody's going to pull it out. I don't know. Maybe that's the last Titan. The last Titan pulls it out and is like, yeah, let's rip. Like, I don't. But
It's gonna turn into like Unicron from the Transformers movie.
oh,
Yeah. Anyway,
oh, dig up Orson Welles, make him come back.
heck
do,
yeah.
do some voices. So saw a few things about it, right? We don't know a lot about the story. I think we know some of the kind of basic building blocks of where we're going, sort of what we're doing and why. On its face, the zones: Isle of Dorn, Ringing Deeps, Hallow Fall, and your favorite Ashkahet, full of bugs.
Yeah.
Thoughts on those? Anyone in particular pique your interest, or what do you got?
So any of the ones that, so I was trying to figure out how the world is with the way that I was trying to figure out how the zones are laid out.
Yes.
I am not happy about any zones that keep us underground for a long time. So that other zone that I saw, that I don't know, that I forget the name of the zone. I'd have to go and look. It escapes me. I'm getting older. The one that's outdoors that has that golden thing coming down from the sky.
Hallowfall?
That looks, yes,
that
that looks
big
very
crystal?
pretty to me. Yeah. So anything that looks like it's outside, I'm happy with. Anything underground, I'm just like, not for me.
Yeah.
I'll zone through it. I'll go through the quest. I'll do it, but like I'm not spending any time in Lone Niflheim right now. So or where
Zerolite Cavern is not your hangout
the
spot.
caverns, Zerolite Caverns. There we go. They could just I'm not headed back into there anytime soon. But yeah.
Yeah, it's such an interesting question that we always try to tease apart. And I've seen some of these, I think people post them on Reddit, these maps kind of making fun of the fact that, it's another island. Like Azeroth is just littered with all of these islands that we never knew about. And these new the backside of Azeroth has a whole other continent.
On a turtle. Yeah.
Oh my God. Like we're always trying to figure out, okay, where are they sending us? And it is interesting that it's basically, we have Isle of Dorn. So that's where we're going to start up there on that surface level. And then we're just going to dive down into the Ringing Deeps where our Earthen Friend are going to be. And then Hallow Fall, where we've got some, the Arathi, right? The old, like old school, like you want to talk about like an old, like a deep cut, like a original World of Warcraft deep cut, right? The Arathi, like that is, and they're like badass paladins.
Yes,
that may make me break my paladin out. I don't know. Cold storage alts.
Yeah,
those poor bastards. But yeah, max leveling in Ash Kahet. I'm with you on the bugs. I don't know how.
Yeah, I just don't.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Even back in the day when the guild was rating Silphus, it wasn't one of, or I'm sorry, AQ 40 and things like that. I wasn't happy with that raid at all. And even in MOP when we took care of the bugs out there, I was like, oh, come on.
Oh, I hate that was that raid. What was it? What was it called? The heart. I want to say it was like a heart something, or not Heart of the Swarm. That's a Warcraft thing, but or StarCraft thing, but. Yeah, whatever the raid was out there in the bug land and MOP, I think we ran it like one time to get through it, and then I was like, I never want to come back here. Like, I hate this place. Like, I haven't even run it back for transmog, and there's some good shit in there, but I won't touch it. But yeah, very interesting how they're choosing to do this layout, right? And to kind of jump ahead a little bit, where I put this in our notes, dynamic flying, right? We talked about dynamic flying will continue in this new land, which basically means it looks like that we can go from the surface to like the core of Azeroth in one fell swoop. That
has been game changing. Even with Zaralak Caverns, it's very cool to be able to swoop down, start at Valdrakken, take off, haul ass, swoop down, and just build up enough speed that you could just like zoom through the cavern. I mean, that's like Millennium Falcon going through the Death Star stuff right there, you know, and Return of the Jedi. I love that. Yes. So yeah.
No, that's a great analogy. That is what that looks and feels like. And it was kind of cool in the I think it was the What's Next panel for Warcraft, where I think it was Maria Hamilton had just like filmed some footage of herself like flying down through, I think going into Hallowfall and stuff like that, and just being able to continue that, because clearly dragon riding has fundamentally changed World of Warcraft. I mean, that whole system,
absolutely.
They're bringing it right, and again jumping ahead, but we're gonna bring it to the old world.
And I'm so happy they went from being so tight of no flying. I think we're just gonna get rid of flying. Back in Shadowlands, it was like, no, we're not doing flying. We're not doing flying at all. It's like, and then just everybody gets to fly everywhere. Thank you, Jesus. Finally, you know? when they had to introduce Pathfinder because they weren't sure, if we were gonna do it. I'm like, oh my god, are you really gonna take this away? Come on, like, get the hell out of here. Yeah.
So dynamic flying will continue, and we love that. The Earthen. Did the Earthen do anything for you as an allied race, or is this just like Dwarf Part 2?
A Dwarf Part 2. So I did like the hairstyles that they have. It would be cool if we could get some more for the humans and other races in the game. It would be really neat for that. But other than that, no. I mean, for those who love dwarves, hey, you got another dwarf you can play. So I have my dwarf. I did it for the. I'll probably level 1 just for the armor, just to be able to get the whatever. Oh God. The name of the armor that they have for it. But
the heritage armor.
Yeah, yes, the heritage armor. Thank you. But I did that for my regular dwarf. I'll probably do it for the new dwarf. You know, I'm gonna level 1, try it out. I have yet to make an evoker. I haven't even rolled one yet. I just I haven't made a dragon. I played around with it in the character selection screen. But has not seen the light of day.
I think mine's sitting on a dock in Stormwind right now.
There you go.
That's about as far as I got. But you do play alts, yes?
Oh, I am. So, yeah, I did. I just started out doing my warrior at first, and now I've got my druid, which is fun as hell. I've got my monk, which is fun as hell. And I've got my death knight, which is all right. And my paladin. I haven't done anything with the demon hunter. And I'm kicking myself because apparently the demon hunter is like one of the stronger tanks out there. And it's also DPS right now. They're through the roof. It's crazy. But yes, I am playing alts, and I'm very happy about what's coming for the alts.
So there it is. So war bands. All you altaholics out there, right? War bands were now, which just on its surface, right? What they presented, the screen with like your crew kind of sitting around a
Yep.
fire. Like that aesthetic alone is just pretty sweet. Like to see
It
your
is.
alts and you can do stuff with them. But the whole concept of the war bands, the sharing of the bag space, like
Yep.
all the stuff that they're doing. How does that strike you? What do you think about that? How did that hit you?
So that's it's really awesome, because what is really annoying is when you're like, hey, you know what? I just want to relax tonight. I want to go farm some transmog items. And I'm really looking for example, I want to go target a piece of tier piece for the warrior.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take the warrior out, and then nothing but druid stuff drops, or
Mhm.
nothing but cloth stuff drops, or leather and mail and things like that. And I'm like, well, I can't use any of this stuff. Well, with this is they're saying, well, now you can. You're just going to store it, and then your other characters can pick up that transmog and use it. And I think that is phenomenal. I think that's great, because then same thing happens on other characters. I'll be playing the heck out of my alts doing this stuff, just farming old content.
Yeah.
It's
game changing.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah,
Game changing.
all my humans. I just make humans and one night elf. So it's gonna be a bunch of humans and a night elf on my warband, and a dwarf.
The one
dwarf, I
token
think.
elf. Because it's Warcraft, you got to have one
Yep.
around somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Did you pre-purchase?
Yes. Yeah. I am good there.
Did you get you got your 3-day early access?
Yes.
What do you think
Yes.
about that? What do you think? Controversial or just whatever?
So
Or a real
They-
bonus? I don't know.
I don't think it's. I mean, I just want to play the game when it comes out. So it's new content. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like. I used to play the betas and stuff like that, but I hate doing things over and over and over again. I know, again, I'll say that, and then I say it sounds silly coming from somebody playing World of Warcraft who does the same thing over and over and over again. But I don't want to keep re-leveling. the
Listen,
same
I've only ever
character.
had one main, and that's it. And everybody else
Yeah.
is trash. So yeah, I don't really do a lot of stuff over either.
They said that it's not going to, it doesn't really affect. There's no dungeons or anything like that out, so no one's getting, there's no big power thing for
Mhm.
it, but who knows what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to revert it or not.
Yeah,
it
I don't
is
know
what it
how
is,
you
but-
stop people from blowing up the auction house, right? Because you have people come on, and
Oh,
I'm
that's a
sure
good
people
point.
will be doing mining
that's a
and
good point.
herbalism and
There you go.
raw materials will be on the auction house going like gangbusters.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know what you do
Yeah.
about that. I mean, you may not be able to raid or get legendaries and stuff,
Right, but you can control the market a little bit there with
Ooh.
your mining and ores and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah, I do wonder about that. Yeah, it's I you know me.
Mhm.
I will hold out for the physical collector's edition because I'm an
Sure.
asshole and like
I probably will get that too, because
I'll
I
wait.
missed out on the Dragonflight one, and that box is
it's gorgeous.
It is
It's gorgeous.
gorgeous.
I mean,
yes,
Well, no, you can't really see it behind me that well, but I mean,
I could see the corner of it, but yes, yeah,
it
I like the way the colors are on it and things like that.
Shimmers.
Maybe I'll find one later on.
yeah,
Because this expansion brought me back, and I really like it, so I might want to get one of those at some point.
I do have a lovely Dragonflight mouse pad that I'm using right now. It came in
There you
said
go.
collector's edition, and yeah, I mean, for those that haven't seen, there are right now currently 3 sort of editions available for War Within. There's a base edition, heroic edition, and epic edition, and there's trader tenders and a mount, a storm rider mount, and then a transmog, and then early access and beta access, and game time, and a pet, and another toy, and some kind of Hearthstone effect. If you get the epic edition, which I want to say is like what, $90, something like that.
and that is kind of a neat Hearthstone effect. And
What does it
and
do?
You got it's basically like it looks like electricity when you do it. It's just a different effect. All it is a different, similar to the Shadowlands one where you turned all blue and spirally and you took off. There's that, and there's also the quest you can do for the there's a mount and some armor that you can get ahead of time for that. So
There it is. Well,
yeah.
if you're interested in pre-purchasing the War Within, it is out there, and we'll find out what the visions are. I imagine our pre-patch is going to involve us all hearing visions or getting visions.
Oh, sure.
or
We had
whatever.
visions before.
Yeah. So yeah. This off will be flooding our nightmares, or somebody will, and I'm sure we'll get there. Last thing though, they did mention that they're going to introduce hero talents.
Yes.
And I know, like, for Warriors, right? As soon as I saw that they might call one Slayer, I was like, well, that's it. I mean, that's it. I don't care what they do with it.
Yep.
It's just,
there we go.
I was yelling it out in the hall. I was like, Slayer. It's just like, this is what we do. Do you think that that's it's a fun addition, a new mechanic, part of that sort of like that mini game when you're building out your tree, or does this now start to once again overcomplicate our builds?
No, it's not going to I don't think it's going to overcomplicate anything, because it's going to be whatever you're comfortable with, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if I can tank as a Fury Warrior with 2 swords instead, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to know what this Colossus thing is that they, because I was trying to figure that the whole triangle thing that they had laid out for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, and I think again this is gonna be one of those things where beta testing is going to be really important. And so just as a general caveat, I always say to anybody listening, if you have the ability to get in on that, because you'll be thankful
absolutely
that you did. And so will the folks that are actually possibly now actually listening to your feedback, because it seems like they're more interested in your feedback than ever before. So the War Within, right? That's coming somewhere down the line here in the next year, we think. In the meantime, we just recently fired up a new patch in retail. Patch 10.2, Guardians of the Dream. Finally spending some legitimate quality time in the Emerald Dream, this fabled place that we've only heard about and seen in little itty bitty tidbits here and there. But for a longtime player, what's it like to be stepping foot into the Emerald Dream and spending some time there?
So first, it's a lot of fun. And it's fun to go and quest in. The ambiance is fantastic. If you've been playing for a while and you actually leveled up from Teldrassil, there's definitely you're going to get that strong nostalgia feeling of that. The music's nice. Everything's green. There's druids all over the place. The armor you get to obtain through the quests and other activities in the zone's pretty sick, and it has a strong alliance motif to it. There's different colors to it, but you start with this green looking I forget the name of it, but it's just this green druid looking plate armor for warriors, for example. It's just this, or even for any plate wears, it's just head to foot stone lion with antler type thing. It's really, really cool. And then you can find other forms and other transmogs for it. There's a red one, I think. And but yeah, it's a lot of fun out there. And there's also that one little quest that everybody should be doing every week, the little seed thing, the Everbloom thing that that they have at the top of the hour.
The Super Bloom?
The Super Bloom, that's right. You go, the Super Bloom. You go talk to the tree that's right there in the middle of the map, and it's every hour. You just follow them around, do some quests, and you get a piece of gear every week. So it's real easy to gear up your alts.
Yeah, it's interesting getting involved in some of these herding cat processes, because I've seen all these things. Just take one tank, everybody else pull weeds, do this, and they're like,
oh yeah,
people are gonna do whatever the fuck they want.
You're doing your seeds all over the place.
Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
No.
So I want to give folks a little bit more time to see the raid, get through the raid.
Oh, sure.
So I don't necessarily want to talk about or get through the end, because I know the end is out there. You can watch the videos, and I've seen people already kind of talking about it. As I sit here, I don't know how it ends. I don't know what happens. I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay, good. I won't talk about it.
I just know, I have a guess, because I just assume, and I've said this before, I assume that we are victorious, because after everything that the player base has been through, I refuse to believe they're gonna nuke another world tree, especially one that's full of all of the night elf souls and like a whole. I mean, you want to talk about plot armor. There's no fucking way they're getting rid of that tree. But I
that's
don't.
what
But I don't know. I don't actually know. As I sit here,
So-
I don't really know.
and that's where I needed help with the lore, because I was trying to understand how the Emerald Dream works, because there's this baby world tree.
Yeah.
And then the tree's not ready yet.
Yeah.
And then what happens when this thing sprouts out to the real world? It's like, does the Emerald Dream move to wherever the Emerald Dream is needed? Is like the Emerald Dream like Mary Poppins? That's like, I'm trying to figure out like
I think it's more like
how it happens.
multi-dimensional phasing is kind of
Yeah.
the way that I've come to understand it, because yeah,
Okay.
they haven't really explained it all that well. We haven't really seen it before, but assuming that the Emerald Dream is the pristine copy of Azeroth, which they've always talked about, like it's the uncorrupted, unchanged
okay.
version, right? So it's almost like if you put 2 layers of a map on top of each other, right? And then you kind of like filtered one through from one to the other, I guess, or it just through the power of Night Elf love. I don't know that they're able to like move the thing, but yeah, it. My understanding is as it's been growing safely, supposedly supposed to, in the Emerald Dream, right, being nurtured and getting all its whatever, and then it's ready, and then it like multi-phasic shifts into our dimension of Azeroth. That is how I came to understand it, because at first, I was like, so when they plant this, like, are they gonna dig up a shrub and then like bring it out and then find like a nice place to yeah, like, is there gonna be a guy with a watering can, like, oh, it's time, they gotta get some fertilizer on it, and it looks like it's just gonna phase in. And I have a feeling that it's going to be real obvious pretty soon, considering what we're going to talk about here in a little bit is that we're already looking down the road of what's coming next, and the name for these things is pretty obvious. But you're a raider,
yes,
like myself. The story in a nutshell, right, is Farak empowered by the Shadow Flame, set loose on the Emerald Dream with a badass axe that we still don't know how to get. Looks
him and the Decepticons.
Yeah, all signs.
I swear to God, it's a story of the Transformers. It's like we're the humans helping the Autobots fight the Decepticons. You've got Alex Straza as Optimus Prime. You got Chromie as Bumblebee, and you've got the Decepticons who are the Primalists. You got Iridicron, who's Megatron, and Farak, who's Starscream. I mean, it's like,
I mean, that's pretty. So what's what's Viranoth? Who's? Oh, you know who Viranoth is?
Please come up, because I don't want to say Soundwave, because
no, because there was the one that swapped. There was
Jetfire. Well, yeah, he started out as a Decepticon, and he's like, I'm not a Decepticon anymore. And, that's right.
So Jetfire is Viranoth. There
we go.
See?
Yep, there it is.
God damn. The Mets in effect. So we're helping out the Autobots. We're basically trying to prevent. They by the power of the axe, they were able to cut a hole through reality and enter into the dream, which was supposed to be, safe, and it's not. And fighting their forces, gonna save the tree. That's the gist of what we're doing. There's a lot of other cool stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been getting enjoyment out of the sub-quest line with Rathian and Viranoth, and us going back to Halls of Valor.
Okay, so I'm jealous because I have not found that quest yet. Maybe I'm not far enough in. Maybe I just need to go back out there. We did a raid this week. We cleared the raid. We're 4 out of 9 heroic.
Oh, jeez.
One of my friends is like, I see the world tree. And I'm like, I don't see shit. What are you talking about? And then somebody else is like, I can't believe we went to go see Odin. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm missing something. So,
man, we're only like 1 out of 9 and normal.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I need to go look at this stuff.
You guys are rolling through.
Man,
it's our boy Rathian who has that quest. So, when you go in originally, well, not originally, it's like not the initial base, but like kind of like the second area where they have a lot of the quest givers, and Cenarius is there, and there's like the whole of the dragon folk like standing in a circle, and Rathian is there. And he's the one that gives the quest, because originally you have to go, I believe it's to Valdrakken, to get the Nether Drakes.
Okay.
to sign on, because they're coming from Outland and they're looking for a home, and so you're trying to convince their envoy.
I just did that.
Okay.
Okay.
So keep
So
going
I'm getting
on
close.
that one. Yes.
Okay. I'm getting close. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going, because
Cool.
then you find out. I love it when they do stuff like this. Like,
well, Odin's a piece of shit. We knew he's a piece of shit,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And I don't think I really appreciated, at least now, like canonically in Warcraft lore, how powerful the primalists are, especially Viranoth. But she's fucking powerful.
Okay. Well, I look forward to that.
Yeah, I won't spoil that for you.
Check that out.
So you've made it all the way through the raid, right? On normal, you're busting through on heroic. Impressions of the raid. What do you think of it?
It is. They knocked it out of the park. It's a fun raid. It's amazing. And there's also the second before the last boss, you're dragon riding, and it just works. I didn't think it would work really well but it's a lot of fun. And hearing everybody in Discord have fun while you're doing it, they did a good job with it. So the fights they're not too difficult. Even on heroic, it's not too bad. I think we ran into a gear issue more than anything else. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I think everybody's gonna enjoy it. Even on LFR, you shouldn't have any trouble doing some of this stuff.
Yeah, I gotta jump it on LFR. I know we were banging our heads away on the second boss just on normal. It was a bit of a DPS sponge for us, so
I gotcha.
We gotta.
Is that the council fight for the second one? No. That's
Ignira.
Okay.
Where she's
Yeah. The two tanks stand up front. Yeah. I got. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, haven't seen too much of it yet. We got through Gnarl Root, but Igira, but the Cruel haven't made our way through there. But with Raid Finder now being released early and more regularly, which I think is such a welcome change. It never made sense. Like, you can't build everything off of whatever these fucking mythic racers are doing. Like,
you really can't. No, they nerfed the raid for them already, because they found one of the bosses they nerfed.
Did they?
20%. Yeah, they just nerfed it today. Because it turned out to be impossible to kill. So
there you go. And if you didn't know, the race for world first for mythic Amir Drasil is on right now. I mean, it's 2:35 West Coast time on Sunday the 19th, and it hasn't been cleared.
I just want them to get it done so that we can get the legendary axe. We want that axe, and I think it happens after somebody kills Farak on Mythic, and then I think it
just like they did with the last one, right?
Yeah.
That way nobody has an advantage.
So hurry up.
Yeah. I need a secret mythic phase though. I love it when they do that, when they don't let them test this stuff, because I know it just pisses these guys off, and I like seeing them have to struggle a little bit. It's just
and that's a different kind of rage. Some Red Bull.
But then then you really feel like you've accomplished something when you're like, oh, we got past the secret mythic phase, and hopefully and they're fine tuning it in real time. Like,
oh yeah,
what a disaster! Oh my god! So we're all running through 10.2, and there's a bit of a question of, all right, well, what happens after? Little coy about, is this the last patch? Is it not the last patch? Like, what are we doing? Turns out they announced it at BlizzCon officially. Patch 10.2, this raid, Amir Drasul, that's the last raid of this expansion. So pretty short, no big 10.3 raid, no other chapter in that way. Do you feel like we needed another raid, or is this a good place to stop based on what you've seen?
This is a good place to stop based on what I've seen. Yeah. It's going to give a lot of teams, a lot of guilds enough time to clear. I actually think a lot more people are going to be clearing Mythic this time around.
Really?
I really do, because I think Blizzard wants to they want to probably make it a little more accessible for people to get into that kind of thing. And the raid it doesn't feel undertuned, it doesn't feel overtuned, it feels just right the way it is right now. Like I said, we were going through, we cleared it on normal the first night, and then we cleared the first boss on heroic, and then the next night we came in, and then we cleared up to the fourth boss, and it almost felt like it was a little bit challenging, and it also felt like we ran into a little bit of a gear issue as well as a skill issue. So we needed to figure some things out, but the progression was happening each pull. It wasn't like, man, we're just getting wiped out every single pull. No, it was like we'd learn something, make progression, learn something, make progression. And for this to be the last raid, it's giving me hope that my team will be able to push further in Mythic, because what we normally do is we'll go through and we'll hit a wall with Mythic, and then it just burns people out with them knowing that, hey, look, this new thing's coming down the road. I'm just gonna split. I'm gonna bounce for a couple weeks till the new thing comes out, and then I'll come back. And then for those of us who are, schlepping around still doing the same thing, it kind of hurts the group, where you have to fill 20 people, unfortunately, for Mythic to do it. And when you have like big DPS take a break, or heals take a break, or tanks take a break, it's, it really hurts that. But I'm happy with the way it is right now, and looking forward to seeing what we can do in Mythic with the time given to us, this being the last raid. So
well, and once this announcement was made, right, then it's like, okay, well, what's coming next? Right, we have, they've been really good about these Dragonflight roadmaps, and they've stuck to them unbelievably enough, with the content pace and everything else. Like it continues to come out. So we already know sort of what the next patch is. Patch 10.2.5, Seeds of Renewal. They've already announced it, and they put up another one of the like roadmap style graphics. And there's some pretty interesting items in here. One of them being dragon riding unlocking worldwide, which is way earlier than I think I expected.
Oh yeah.
We're going to reclaim Gilneas, which is, if people have been screaming about the sword, people have been screaming about what's going on with Gilneas since fucking Cataclysm. Yeah. And then the other one I think is getting a lot of noise is the Dragonflight follower dungeons.
Yes.
Looking
forward to that.
Of all of the things that, strike me, reclaiming Gilneas, that was number one, because if you've never done the Worgen startings experience, you've never seen it. It's such a cool fucking city.
Yeah, it is.
It really is a great hub that they could build into something or do something with. Yeah. And it's just, and the it's that gothic sort of vibe to it, right?
Yes.
And it's such a cool place to be. So one, to give them their home back, give Gan a place to be and the rest of them a place to be, just in terms of the story, like that's nice. Like that's cool. But like as Alliance, I think it'd be great to get that as another like capital city hub like that.
Absolutely.
Oh, I would definitely be spending some time there.
Sure. Absolutely.
As you mentioned though, the follower dungeons. So we know that there is the AI tech having followers, or followers do stuff. I mean, this stuff has been out and about. Like we've seen it sort of out there in various forms and fashions. But the way that they describe this is straight up that whatever you are, like if like DPS, right? Fury Warrior, I can go into a Dragonflight dungeon and I will get a tank, a healer, and a couple more DPS, and we're gonna run through it.
Yep.
That's fucking amazing.
It is. It's just like the starting aisle, where they the new starting zone that you can level up in to learn at the very end. You get a taste of this, and I was really amazed by this tech back then, and I'm glad they're doing this, and it's also kind of leading into the delves that we're going to get in the next expansion.
Yes,
things like that. So yeah.
Do you feel like this is going to be just sort of a long form autocomplete? Do you think that they'll actually have a level of danger where you can fuck up? Or
I hope so. And I really do. And now that Blizzard and Microsoft are in the same sandbox, I just want to see some sort of collaboration characters, in this upcoming saga, maybe a a green knight and his team, led by the Alliance called the Blue Team, and that's part of the Halo group, something like that.
And his name is Jaster Queef. Oh man, I could never see that happening. Well, if you recall, back in Warlords, right, we had followers. Remember when we had that garrison full of people, and that was awesome.
I still have a follower, and your follower will come out whenever you go to the Legion dungeons with the new Mythic Plus seasons too. They'll just show up. I'm like, hey, there's my little Knoll. I'm like, I missed you. How's it going?
I remember you. I mean, I guess you could still go back and get more followers.
They'll show up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fucking garrisons. Lord Almighty. Yeah. As somebody who I don't really do a lot of dungeons, and it's mostly because I think it has gotten better, but there is still a lot of toxicity when you get matched up with random people.
Oh no, it's toxic. Don't get me wrong. Like if you want, look, if you go from 1 to right now, I think it's like 1 to 13 is doable with what you've got with the raid gear right now. And nobody's being toxic. Nobody should be getting toxic in those because you're not dealing with any sort of affix at that point.
Yeah.
Once you get into 14, you're getting the affixes of Sanguine and things like that, and it just goes up from there. Throne of Tides right now is the absolute worst piece of shit dungeon during this week. I hate it so much. But the other ones are very fun. And what you're talking about being toxic, it's better to go in there with a group of people that but if you're going to push, if you're looking to push some higher keys, you do need to do the IO score. I didn't understand it a lot, and I used to get really bent in the past about how, I am all geared, why won't you invite me? Well, it's more than that. It's once you get that IO score, it's kind of like, okay, well, this person kind of knows what they're doing.
It's the real EPing.
Yeah, it's that basically. But you get a good group, we could absolutely blast through some of these things. The Tall Desire is not too difficult to do, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's how I've been gearing out. It's how I've been telling the raid group to gear out too, because you only get so many of those. You get the flight stones, but then you only get so much of the seasonal tokens, which they go up incrementally each week. They go up. So you go in and you get a piece of gear, and if you do a higher dungeon, you get another piece of gear. But if it's the same piece of gear, then you can just use flight stones to upgrade. It's a good system. I'm enjoying it. But anyway, I'm getting too far off about the toxicity. It's there. It sucks. And I'm sorry it's happening to people. I think this is a really nice way of being able to solo play with the delves and things like that, because it's also going to award you a chest slot, or I'm sorry, one of those chests that you can, the vault piece eventually. So it's good. It's good for those people who also just don't. There's people out there that play World of Warcraft solo, and I didn't understand it. But there are people out there who hate dealing with other people, and if they could play the game solo and they're happy doing it, more power to them. It is what it is.
That's kind of how I've been, other than my raid team. I don't really do a lot of that other stuff. In fact, I'll be honest, I don't know the last expansion where I've actually played through every dungeon. I didn't see all of them in Shadowlands, and I certainly haven't seen all of them in Dragonflight either. I just don't play through them because, one, I don't really need to. Once I'm raiding, that's where I'm getting my gear. I don't do Mythic Plus, so it's kind of there's no advantage there. But being able to at least see the content, I think if you're new, right, and Dragonflight's going to become the new leveling path or whatever the hell it is nowadays. I think that opens up a few experiential doors for people that otherwise they may not have seen it. So really excited to see all of that. And what's even more interesting, on the heels of this, so 10.2.5 is announced and it comes out, and this was a couple days ago. Taliesin and Evitel, I assume it's Taliesin who's always on the Twitter. I don't know if they share what the deal is, but had a tweet that said the fact that they did not mention follower dungeons at BlizzCon is wild and makes me wonder what else they didn't mention.
Oh.
And below in the replies, you have Holly Longdale making the eyes emoji. You have Zorbix, who's one of the WoW devs, bookmarking this post for later. You have Muffinus making a face.
Cool.
You have Ann Stickney with a gif going, hey, making a big smiley face. You have Jordan Powers doing like a slide dog turn. I mean, there's some more shit coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
It's almost like, it's kind of hard to put into words, I guess, but there's something about this era that we're in now where they almost feel like they're more energized than they've been in a long, long time. And so they have like more ideas and more things that they want to do. And it's just like this creative fountain has just been unleashed over there.
I mean, that, and also just talking to the devs in general, they seem more open to just answering things. Like there was a Preach and Ian interview, and
oh yeah,
Ian wasn't stonewalling at all. He flat out was just talking. He was just like, here's this. I'm not holding anything back. You ask a question, I'm going to answer it. It's like, it's awesome. This is great.
Especially Ian. It's funny because, I mean, I say this, I sound like a complete asshole. Having met Ian at BlizzCon, but I mean, it's just like
name drop.
Name drop. But like, I'm on this, on this quest right now where now I've taken 2 pictures with him at 2 different BlizzCons, and I hate both pictures, and so like I'm always going to be on the search for the best picture with him. But anyway. Every time I've ever interacted with him, whether it was the group interview I got to do earlier this year, whether it was in person just now at BlizzCon, anywhere else, he has always been, and I trust my gut when I sense this, just very cool, very open, very like amenable, and wants to engage. And like I always go back to the first BlizzCon that we met him, and the homie Rommel and I ran into him at a food truck. This is where I took the first terrible picture where I look like I'm taking him hostage. And this was, 20, I guess this would have been 2016. And he was mentioning how that day was the first day that he hadn't done all of his emissary quests since like Legion came out. And it just, I knew in that moment all those years ago, I'm like, this is the guy that we want in charge, because
he's playing the game.
He's still playing the fucking game.
Yeah, he's still playing. He's still raiding. Absolutely.
Yes.
And maybe they're all in a better mood because Dragonflight's a better game than what we've had in the past.
I mean, that could be too. I mean,
what if the devs are like, what if they're fighting with the other people in the back and they're like, guys, can you tune this? And the guys in the back end are like, no, we're not tuning this. We're like, this game sucks.
Dude, our raid was hammering this last night. It sucked. Like, you go back to your desk and go do something. Like, could you imagine, Ian's your boss, and he's like, I was at the raid last night. It was not working out. You got a task today. Like, oh man, that would suck. So we don't know when 10.2.5 is going to come out. Just hit the PTR and all the information, and there's transmogs and mounts and all the usual stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
We don't know when, but there is a Love is in the Air update. So maybe early February at the latest. It sounds like.
I hope that we get a better drop for this one.
No, the new mount, the new Fox mount or whatever it is.
But also
they're adding that because the other one's so shitty.
Well, the pet, I didn't get Arthas at all. I ran that every single day, and I didn't get Arthas, and I was like, son of a bitch.
No, that one was super bad.
I think people were really mad about that too. So
yes, people were very mad. People were very mad about that, and yeah, it's gonna be like the Headless Horseman mount. It's always gonna be one of those things where like, this drop rate is shit. The X-51 rocket used to be the big love rocket or whatever, but they changed that. It's probably still going to be shit. That's why they're adding another mount. So people be like, well, at least I got the cutesy
at least I got this mount
box thing or whatever. And
I can bitch about the mount while I mount back up on my armored griffin. I didn't get the mount, but I'm always on that freaking armored griffin.
I got my time lost proto drake. I don't give a fuck.
There you go. There you go.
When I'm dragon riding in the old world at 80% speed, on my time lost proto drake, I'm probably not gonna do anything else ever again. And there's some cool ones, but that one you may not be. So hopefully February, that's what we're looking at with 10.2.5, and I'm sure there'll be more news, and we'll get to all that at another date. But before we close out this episode, there's a very important task that you and I must undertake.
Okay.
Which is something that the people are clamoring for. You know, when I first
what?
started doing this, I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but the people clamor for the Trading Post ratings that now occur on this show on a regular basis.
Okay.
And November's a doozy. November's got some stuff.
I've spent more tokens this month. Yeah.
So the first thing I want to mention is, because it is November, and just want to say a happy Thanksgiving week to those that celebrate out there in the U.S. The Pilgrim's Bounty holiday is now live. That's going to be live through the 26th. So if you want to go and do some turkey shoots and eat some stuff and get a whole lot of extra points or tenders to fill up your adventure log, so that way you can complete this month. There's a shit ton of achievements that you can get just from this 1 week event. So if you're falling behind and you're looking to get your November Trading Post stuff done, now is the time while Pilgrim's Bounty is live, because there's a whole bunch of things that you can do and they don't take a whole lot. Plus the anniversary stuff, super easy. So now is a great time. You could probably bang it out in like a couple of hours. Easy. No problem. So with that being said, November Trading Post ratings. Hold this up here. I have already commented on the Monk, Warlock, and Warrior class sets that are out this month. So I've already given them my ratings. But do you have a I don't know, whatever your personal rating system is? Do you have any kind of rating or feeling on any one of those three, especially the Warrior one?
All right, so that's the only one I bought so far.
Yeah.
The Savage Champion trophies. That's the only one that I bought. For the armor sets.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
I was gonna buy the Monk one, but I like the way my Monk looks currently. I don't want to change him up, because the only thing I would use out of that set are the shoulders.
Yeah.
Because nothing else matches with the transmog that I have.
There you go. So
I don't play Warlock, so
yeah. I did end up buying all the Warrior stuff because I had to. Like,
sure.
It's not my favorite, but it's all right. So
the are we talking about the sword stuff also? Are we talking
the
weapons?
Sword stuff is nice. It's the armor, the helm, and the shoulders and the belt, which are kind of like an update of an old school one that we have. Not my favorite.
Well, the Savage Champion trophy set that just came out basically is just a revamp of the original old school original warrior, the red helm, the red shoulders, the belt, things like. It looks amazing with the dragon armor that came out of Aberrus. So if you have the red set and you put that stuff on, it looks sick. So it looks really good on that.
Okay. You might be talking me into a look here. All right, let's get to some mounts. We'll kick this off. We'll get these ratings off proper. First up, we have the Swift Zebra mount.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I don't like it. I don't care how much controversy there is. It is a dumb zebra with a unicorn horn. Like I don't like it. It's dumb. And I'm probably gonna buy it anyway because of the drama around it. Just makes me laugh. But just not my favorite. All right. Do you like the Swift Zebra? Do you care?
No, it doesn't. No, I don't care.
No.
It doesn't fly. It's a zebra with a horn. Yeah, I don't care.
Next up, I'm gonna take them both together: the Spectral Griffin and the Spectral Wind Rider.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
We've been riding these forever. We might as well control them.
That's right.
You know, it's a cool look.
Yes, it is.
I'm surprised they didn't do this in Shadowlands, because this feels more like a Shadowlands thing.
Better fits that. Yep.
But I do like that they finally brought these into the fold.
Yes.
Next up, we have a pet, and I'm going to try to say this right. Drazkazet the Wrathful, and this one might surprise you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
It's the Wrathful, and it talks about, like, in the write-up for it, it talks about like its fury or its rage or some shit, and I'm like, I have to buy that. It's a
Yeah.
little red mummy. Like that's
Yeah.
right up our alley. Have to buy that. Next up, this one also might surprise you. The foam toy rack.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
425 trader tenders for the foam rack. That's too much.
And it blocked the mage portal for a good portion till they fixed
That's
it.
right. It did. It was an
couldn't-
object
yeah.
you could not move through.
You couldn't move through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a pain in the ass and it costs too
Yep.
much. I mean, it looks okay, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Next up, the shawl of flowing magic.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I do not like a split cape.
Nope.
We're not doing that. Next up, a pole arm, the Crocal Guisarme.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I mean,
Can't argue with that.
that is not.
I mean, if you're a horde, maybe if you want that old horde look, but yeah, I don't like it.
It looks like a piece of trash that was from a
Yep.
war 50 years ago that's been
Oh, yeah.
rotting and
Yep.
rusting.
Litter.
And it's awful. All right. Next up, the razor edged cookery.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
I mean, it's a one-handed sword that's about the size of a two-hander. It's got a nice basic shape to it. I mean,
I bought it. I like it
There you go.
because it reminds me of old EverQuest item called the Legacy of the Wolves, which Warriors had. I love it.
there was
So,
also a Rambo knife that kind of looked like this once. I think one
yeah.
of the later ones. And it's only 50 trader tenders, so that's a good
Yeah.
price. Next up, Tide Collars Cinch. This is a waist piece.
that's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the goat. The goat.
This is a beautiful belt for 50 trader tender.
yeah, it is.
I mean,
Yep.
it's got a cool black and gold look to it. And I think it's like a dragon in the center medallion on the belt piece, and like chains hanging off of it. Like it's metal as fuck.
Yes, it is.
All right, next one for 75 trader tender, the Acolyte's Etched Warhammer. This is a two-handed mace.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the goat. The goat.
It's a big Mjolnir.
Yeah, it is.
For 75 trader tender. I
It's
mean,
worth
that's
it. Yeah.
everyone who wields a two-handed weapon should have this in their arsenal.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
bottom line. Next up, the Gnomish Liquid Transfer Apparatus for 75 trader tenders.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
It's a bucket.
It's a bucket.
It's a bucket. You
It's
know,
a bucket.
not offensive. It's okay. You know, it does the job. Next up, it's a head and cloak ensemble, the Wanderer's Sepia Trappings.
that's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the goat. The goat.
I really love these freaking cloaks with
It's
like
the warrior
sh-
color.
Oh, and but it's a nice brown.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, that's it.
It's not a shit brown. It's not a dull brown.
Right.
Like it's a nice solid color.
Yep.
And I like it. And I
Yep.
did buy that one. Next up,
I did
the
too.
Ensemble Vagabonds Sepia Threads. This is another head and cloak for 100.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
Stop making the cloak short.
Ah,
Like
gotcha.
the hood, cool.
Hood's great. Yep.
Hood's great.
Yep.
It's the short, beat up. Like if you took the head of the Vagabond Sepia threads and put that
Mhm.
on the Wanderer's Sepia trappings, like so you had
Yeah.
like the hood with the
Yep.
shawl and the longer cloak. Like, that's the look.
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's a good one. All right, next up, Shield, 150 trader tender for the Maw of Rage.
that's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the goat. The goat.
I know it's a shock that something called the Maw of Rage, which is like a giant flaming skull with metal and spikes, is going to get a good rating on this show. But I don't tank, but I would use that.
It's not big enough. It's not a big enough shield.
Oh,
I need a tower shield.
oh,
I have not changed my shield. Since I got I have a transmog that I have part of the artifact that's just this gigantic looking torn head with flames coming out of it. I haven't changed it.
There it is.
You know,
There it
but
is.
I get it.
All right, next up, Mechanized Skull Crusher. This is a one-handed mace for 150.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
it's like it's almost
alright.
there.
It's all right.
I like
yeah.
the aesthetic, but it needs just a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up for 175, the Sinister Felstaff.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
It's a
Yeah.
stick for 175. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, it's a stick. Yep.
Terrible. Next up, the luxurious Niffin hat.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I don't like these hats.
It's like truck nuts on top of a freaking hat.
It looks like truck nuts on top of the hat. You are goddamn right. For 200 trader tenor, you could have the privilege of having truck nuts on top of a tall hat. Oh,
There you go.
That's terrible. Next up, I'm sure this rating is going to surprise everyone. A two-handed sword for 225 trader tenders called the Loyal Blade Master's Greatsword.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
It's a big-ass two-handed sword that has like a blue cloth hanging off of it, and it's on the handle, and it's gold and
Yeah.
silver. Like, this is Alliance.
Yeah,
Through and
all
through.
day long.
This
Yep.
this is an Alliance version of a traditionally horde-looking sword. So, finally got our own look at it. Next up is a one-handed sword for 400 trader tender, the Fang of the Mountain.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
That cost is too high.
Yeah,
This-
absolutely it is. Yeah, it's all right.
Too high
It's-
for that piece.
Yeah, I'm not using it.
Next up, the Ruby Fellfire Bulwark, another shield for 400 trader tender.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
I mean, it's
Again, 400.
It's got spikes and it's got some cool looking red gem stuff going on, but 400, a little high,
Yeah,
a little high,
a little high.
a little high. All right, next up for 500 trader tenders, a bow, the long bow of the Twisted Grove.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
It's okay, not offensive,
Mm.
but I don't know. Again, it feels like it
Dude,
needs,
I'm over the fell stuff. I'm over the fell stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm
still not
yeah.
ready for it.
yeah.
Still not ready for it. All right, next up, staff for 650 trader tender, the Standard of the Guardian.
that's what I'm talking about. That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Is it Atiesh? It is not. But anything that's signaling Medivh probably gonna get a high rating on this show. You know, once Dadgar finally reveals that he is Medivh in like reincarnation or whatever, you know, and then all the people that bought all of this stuff, because you'll notice they've had this whole, you know, Guardian
Growth thing.
Medivh
Yeah,
transmog
yeah.
set, but
Yep.
they've pieced it
Yeah.
out over a few months.
Yep.
Right. So
Yeah.
the people that bought it all later on are gonna be like, yeah, and then the people that didn't are like, fuck, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna laugh. All right, last up. Now this one changed
Yes, it did.
because we had a bonus reward this month, and
Yep.
originally it was, you know, they called it the Arsenal Cosmic Weapons Cache, and it was a couple of swords and
It was all
some
right.
daggers, and it had this Titan-esque look to it. You know, the gold and the silver and kind of some tones in between, and it was okay. Like, I would have given
Yeah.
it like a mid-range grade for that. Like, you
Sure.
know, okay.
Sure.
But then I think it was November 4th. I think it was right at BlizzCon. They updated it, and they added 2 more items to the Cosmic Weapons Cache. Cetherus, Broadsword of the Sunderer, and Goridar, Dark Blade of the Sunderer, which are essentially based off of the sword in Silithus. And you, I'm sure, cannot ever guess what rating I'm going to give this fine bonus reward.
That's what I'm talking about. 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 That's why he's there than me. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Yeah, I hit that a bunch of times because this one's great. This is a badass set, and I'm glad that they added this, because at first I was like, I don't know if I'm really gonna work that hard for this month's bonus reward. I don't know if I really care about
Yeah.
that. I really cared about this. Once they put
Yeah.
this in the game, I was like, I gotta finish this tomorrow. Like, I'm getting this done. And I went down and I've finished all my stuff, and I'm like, all right, do I have it transmogged yet? No, I don't. But I know this guy who was on my podcast right now who was saying like, hey, here's this cool transmog with the warrior set. And I don't know, maybe some of these things might go together now.
And you could use your cat. Oh, I think you could use your catalyst stuff to bounce. No, I don't know. You just have to try to get that stuff. But yes, that'll all match.
Yeah.
That'll all match for you nicely.
Yeah. So those are my ratings. Those are our ratings. They don't have to be yours, but you know, always love looking at what the trading post is offering. I think the hit miss ratio I think has been pretty good. Like they typically have some pretty good stuff, and it's been getting better, and they keep data mining more. I think the trading post, since you're here, I think the trading post has been a really great addition also as part of the Dragonflight kit. Have you been frequenting the post while it's been around?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's part of the fun in the guild. Even it's part of the fun because we get excited about the stuff every month, and then there'll be certain, like if something posts, everybody in the guild kind of understands how the other person, how we like to look with trans. We'll stop a raid in order to transmog because it's like it's all about looking good when you're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's fun when things come out every month and people kind of get what everybody else is going for, and they'll message you in Discord. They'll be like, "Hey, did you see this?" And people get excited about it. So it's a really neat feature that they've added to the game, and I'm enjoying it. And it's a way to bring back some of these old items you can't get anymore and things like that. So yeah, keep it coming, Blizz.
And I've said it. As much as I love my Time Lost Proto Drake, and as much as I work to get it, if they put it on the trading post, I'd be okay.
Done.
I'd be okay with it. I know how I got it. I'm all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Let people have the stuff, and you got it. You know how you got it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, no one's going to bed going, man, I can't believe so and so got it this way. No one cares.
No. Think of all the controversies that lasted all the 5 minutes. Nope, nobody gives a fuck.
Exactly. Nobody cares.
Remember when people were having a problem with the portals in the portal room in Stormwind? No.
Oh my God.
Nobody remembers that.
Nobody remembers that. It's a cool room.
Oh my God. So So there's your November trading post and all the other things going on this month. So hopefully, if you haven't had a chance to get out there, folks. It's a good month to check this stuff out and hit that trading post and get some fabulous cash and prizes. All right, I think we've done enough damage for one episode. I want to thank our special guest, Brother Navo, for dropping on by. And for those who don't already know, where can the good people find you on the internet, sir?
Well, I want to say thank you also for having me on the show this week. And you can follow me over on Twitter or X, whatever. I took a break and now it's X. So it's at NAV_OX. I also am streaming on Twitch every once in a while, Tuesdays and Thursdays mostly. I'm recording my raids and doing things like that. And I think I'm going to do some little dungeon guides for Prot Warriors coming out here soon.
Nice.
So, I'm going to be posting some of that stuff up. But
right
those
on.
are the two places at NAV_OX. So
there it is. And thanks for coming on. Always a pleasure to chat and catch up on all things Dragonflight,
Absolutely.
BlizzCon, and fucking all the other shit going on out there in the world.
Heck yeah.
And my thanks to all of you for listening. And remember, you can always follow me and this show on Twitter at Berserker Rage and Unshackled_Fury, on Blue Sky at Berserker and Unshackled Fury, as well as on Twitch at Unshackled Fury and Real Berserker. You can also join our Discord, links for which are in the profile of the show on Twitter and on our bonus roll page. Feel free to contact the show with your questions, comments, or otherwise through any of those resources or on shackledfury.com. And you can find this show wherever you get your podcasts. So once again, thank you for listening. Remember to keep your swords wet and your banners high, and we'll see you next time. Farewell.